Righto, what we're going to look at today is making solutions. We're going to look at another idea which is also to do with concentration. I'm going to use something that is soluble that's got a very bright colour because it makes it easier to show you what's happening. So what we've got here is a chemical called potassium permanganate. It's sometimes called, I think, Condy's crystals. And it looks quite black in the spoon. But actually, if I put just a little bit in here, we can see it's not black. It's actually quite a bright purple. Right, so we'll give that a wee stir so we can see its colour. Now, you can see there's, I have to stir it a little bit more, but hopefully there'll be no crystals left when I finish that. And that's how we know that it's a solution, not a suspension, because the crystals, solid that we put in there, disappears. There's also no colourless water there anymore, is there? It's all gone purple. So here we've got the water that we did have. Here's our solution, which is made up of these crystals dissolved in water. Now this is quite a high concentration, and I can tell it's quite a high concentration because of its colour. What I'm going to do is a thing called a dilution series. I'm going to dilute that in these two here. So I'm going to pour 50 mils out of here into this, which will make it up to 150. Alright, so this has already got 100 mils in it. This one's got 50, so I'm going to dilute it by a factor of 3 to make it 3 times less concentrated. And then we're going to compare the two colours. Don't worry about the volumes. What do we notice about the two colours? One's darker. Which one's darker, the first one or the second one?
The second one.
The second one's darker, you reckon?
First one.
First one, yeah. So if something's more concentrated, it means it's got more solute in it for every milliliter of solvent. And therefore, if we use a coloured solute like we did here, it ends up being a darker colour. So what do we expect, what do we predict is going to happen if I put 50 mils of this into here? It'll go even lighter? Let's see if we're right. Oh yes, lots lighter, isn't it? So again, it's only 3 times more dilute. And I'm sorry, I'm going to put them this way here so the camera hopefully can see all those. Yep. And we can see that we've got a dilution series. And we can say it's a dilution series just by looking at it because it gets lighter and lighter. The thing is, what you're going to look at today is going to be using powders that don't have a colour, they're white. So if they do dissolve, they actually make no colour in the solution, so we can't see that. So normally in chemistry, we have to use different things like indicators and so on to work out if things are more dilute or not, or more concentrated. So just a reminder, and we'll get this on the video so that you can all see it again when you're doing your revision. The darker colour has more particles for a given volume, so it's more concentrated, and the lighter one has got fewer particles for each mil or milliliter, so it's more dilute. Alright, we'll be able to make it by making a concentrated one and just adding some of it into water and taking that and adding it to some water and so on. And you might have heard of a thing called homeopathy. In a video I'd recommend you see is a little joke one on YouTube called Homeopathic A&E, so accident and emergency. And it's a very funny one that's worth seeing about homeopathy. Homeopathy is based around the idea of diluting things lots and lots and lots to make cures. And scientifically, I'm not sure I totally believe in it because you're diluting things so much. But I'll let you have a look at that video in your own time. We may even post it on the blog as well. Stop the video there.